Hello, hello. Welcome, travelers. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so yeah, we're back with more Voyager dev, which is nice, right? Okay, so I think my streamer bot is bugged again, so I think I'm going to restart it. You can see that there's it says like 0 viewers. Well, there's only one viewer, which is myself right now. But yeah, sometimes I need to reset this thing for it to work properly, so I guess right now it's going to work better. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Now it is connected. Okay. Okay. Now it's fixed. Perfect. Okay. Great. So yeah. Let me open this up again. Yeah, this is that, and then where's this? This. Okay. It's all good now. Okay, so yeah. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, we had one subscriber last month, which is Brax. You can see down there. But now he didn't resub, so basically I don't have any subs right now. But it still says like Brax, and I think that's because I guess I don't know what streamer bot is like writing into the txt file that tracks the latest sub. So I guess that is accurate if the latest sub is Brax still, because he was subscribed at some point. I'm saying he because he's my friend, so I know it's a he. But yeah, in any case, let me check my audio really quick. Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, enough talking about that thing. Yeah, so before starting, let me first say thank you very much to our latest follower, O Ponce. Okay, so thank you very much for the follow, and yeah, let's start with this. So yeah, in the previous stream, well, in the past couple of streams, we have been working on basically the character systems, which there are a number of systems for the character, but one of them is the senses system, and the other one, like the two systems that I'm kind of working on right now, is the senses system and the behavior state system. So now there's a thing. So the senses system is basically the thing that manages the actual interactions or the character within the world and everything. Like, for example, it has the reference to the rigid body, so that whenever I want to set a velocity to the character or whatever, I just need to say senses dot set velocity or stuff like that. But also it keeps track of well, it's kind of a center point for all of the detection systems. I call them detectors, which are basically the systems like ground detector to determine whenever the character is grounded or not. Then in the case of the astronaut, he can ledge grab. For now, that's a mechanic I added, that you can grab onto ledges and climb them, so kind of a mobility thing. So that's another thing you can that's basically managed by the senses class. It's basically like that. So every senses, like every entity is going to have a senses system, so that it contains all of the things that it needs. For example, like I said, in the case of the astronaut, it's going to be the ground detector and the ledge detector, and there are many more that will be there, but for now I have just those. So I was basically like, everything was within the same. I have a class, a script called senses, and everything was within that class. So it was like a really big script with I don't know how many lines of code. And yeah, that's some stuff that I did like whenever I started working on this game. So when I started in 2022, so back then until this year, it was kind of like on and off. Like my work on this project was like occasional, I would say. So I wasn't working really consistently and seriously on the project, even though I wanted to, but I didn't have the time and the energy to do it. But right now, this year, I started working on this project more seriously and consistently. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to improve every system and everything I can while I work on the game. So there's a lot of like we are still doing rework and redesign and like a lot of that thing. So we're doing a lot of rework for the game, because yeah, it was like in the core it was kind of the same. It is kind of the same that it was before this year, but there were a lot of things that I needed to redesign and rethink and rework, and I'm still doing that. So I think this is going to be a really long work, but whenever we finish doing this and have like a proper set of systems and things that we can start using to actually like add content to the game, yeah, it's going to be a couple months, I think, until we get to that point. So yeah, back to the systems. So the census system is, I had like I've done a lot of work. So you can see now it's pretty big still, but it's a lot smaller than it was before. So that's really good. But there's a couple things that are still here that shouldn't be here, and I would like to move to other places. So for example, you can see here I have this boolean called is grounded, which is, well, basically to check if the entity, not only the astronaut, which is the main player, the main character in the game, but every entity will be using kind of the same structure and component system that I'm creating, so that everything will be really modular and easy to implement. For example, if I want to implement new characters, and I'm doing this because remember that like most of the things in the game are going to be generated procedurally. So for example, when I want to create when I want to generate NPCs, or I don't know, enemies when you're like in a planet or something like that, I need them to have like the same structure and the components and everything should be like should come from the same base. So that's what I'm trying to do. So that's why I'm trying to do all of the core systems of the every entity, whether it is the astronaut, the enemies, NPCs, all of those are going to have the same core systems so that I can easily interchange like some stuff. So for example, NPCs or different types of enemies, I could have like, I could categorize like different enemy types so that I can use the same prefab, for example, and then just set a different like properties to each one of them. Hey, Debug Dream. Hello, welcome to the stream. So yeah, that's my goal. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the best way possible. I'm going to try my best, and that's my idea. So can you check my small game? It's a web build, it's a niche. I will allow you to know your review. Yeah, I'm kind of busy right now, but yeah, maybe later in the stream if you want. But yeah, also I think your link got censored, but in any case, if you want to share the link to your game, you can join my Discord. So give me one moment. You can share the link to your game there if you want, and I will check it out later. I can give you some feedback there. So yeah. Okay, so basically the thing is, and also let me know if you want me to review a game like live here and you want to see my reaction, or if you don't mind me like checking it later, like after the stream, like off stream, and I can give you the feedback or whatever in the Discord if you want. Okay, so back to the thing I was explaining. Basically, what I was explaining is that I have a couple things here that still need to be like moved somewhere else. So for example, I have this is grounded boolean here, which is like, you may argue that this is fine here because maybe every entity needs to know if it's grounded or not. But I was thinking like, for example, maybe flying enemies that don't ever need to be grounded to or walk or whatever. And even then, for example, you can think of like ethereal enemies or creatures that just go through ground and don't care at all about like actual level geometry, like the colliders and everything. So so yeah, basically I need to, because I moved all of the ground detection logic out of this system called senses. Now it's its own thing. So I have this ground detector script, which is basically this is going to do its own logic, and it's going to detect if the thing is grounded or not. Okay, so this is pretty modular, and this is a prefab that contains this script, and I can add that prefab to any entity I want. So if the entity needs to know if it's grounded or not, then I'd add it. If not, then I don't need to be adding that component. And that's the good thing about it, is that like every entity is only going to have the components that it needs, that the entity needs, and that's it. So what that means is that I don't need to have like one prefab, like one main prefab that contains everything that maybe then other entities don't use at all. So for example, there's another one here that this is like pretty evident that doesn't belong here. which is ledge grabbed. So there might be enemies that could like ledge grab and do some mobility things to pursue the player or whatever, but I think that that should be like it's the same case as grounded, as the ground detector. I have another system called ledge detector. Well, if you have been following the streams or the videos on YouTube, you can easily, like, not easily, sorry, you are already familiar with this because this is pretty recent. I have been doing this in the past couple of streams when I refactored the census class. I think it was the previous stream, not stream, last week, I think it was. But in any case, you can see that I'm using this pattern of like creating a component out of like any kind of system or thing or logic that I need. So that not every entity needs or has that that thing. Hey Lou, how you doing? Hello. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. So what's the thing with this? This ledge grabbed is like not relevant here. You can see I'm accessing like this variable from many places, but the thing is it shouldn't be here at all because in like right now the only entity that uses ledge grab mobility system is the astronaut, is the player. So why should like why would any NPC or enemy need this? This shouldn't be here. So this should be as abstract or clean as possible. So yeah. Now what I'm trying to say with all of this is that in the previous stream I already started like thinking about the behavior state system, which is another system that I'm kind of working on too, and I need to refactor a little bit, but I didn't quite finish refactoring this one. So yeah, I kind of forgot and just, I don't know, got carried away and just ignored that there's a couple things that still need to be worked on this system. So there are a couple like simple things. So for example, this boolean should be moved to the ground detector, which it's already there. But the thing is, this is being accessed from other places. So basically what's happening is I need to remove this and then see where I get the errors and everything, so that I can fix that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this. So it's ledge grabbed. I think I have, well, yeah, I don't have that here, but I think I should have the boolean here in any case and then access this. Because yeah, I can see that I'm checking is grounded from every place where I'm actually having a reference to the ground detector already. So yeah, I think that I should just remove this from here and this also. And then this other thing, you can see I already set a comment here, which is I have an interaction system, which is like, well, it's just a system that handles interactions between things in the game. So the player has, the astronaut has a trigger, a collider, and then there's another, like there's other things in the game that will have a trigger that will be interactables. So you can think of, for example, a door. So whenever you get close to a door, you should get like a prompt of an input you can press to open that door. So for that to happen, I need the door to have a trigger so that it detects the player whenever the player enters, or the other way around. Actually, that's how I'm doing it here. So whenever the player enters any interactable zone. That's not the name. I'm actually using interaction area. That's the name I'm using for the actual boxes, the triggers. So whenever the player enters an interaction area and there's an interactable there, it's going to save that into this variable. And whenever you press the interact button, it's going to say, okay, grab the interactable and do your thing. So in the case of the door, whenever you enter that interaction area of the door, if you press, like, that door is going to be saved at this variable, okay? And then if you press the interact button, the door will do its thing, so it's going to open. That's a good thing about the system, how I'm kind of approaching this now. So yeah, and as you can see here, I want to move this into another class, which is called interaction handler. So that should be another class that handles exclusively interactions, so the current interactable and whatever happens with them. So that shouldn't be here in the senses class. So you can see here I already have the rigid body and the transform, and like there's a number of things here that this class is already doing, and it should only do the things that had to do with the entity transform and rigid body and the position and checking the position, the velocity, that kind of thing. So and then of course it should have some kind of like reference to, for example, the interaction handler. So yeah, in any case, that's what I will be working on today. So that was quite a long intro, right? So yeah, I'm going to start with the is grounded thing, and I think like a lot of things will be broken. So yeah, and also I have this, for example, this set grounded. So why should this census class be like care about this? This is something that's relevant to the ground detector, because that's what's handling the grounded state and whatever. So that's something I'm going to remove. Okay. Also this set ledge grabbed doesn't make any sense to be here. Okay. Now gravity scale, that's something that could be managed here in the census class. It's like, yeah, I could add another class like or script that manages the gravity scale or whatever thing that has to do with the gravity or physics of the entity, but I think it's fine to have it here because I don't plan to do anything really fancy with that. So of course there's the other like there's a couple things you have to keep in mind to not go into either like side of the like extremes are bad. That's what I'm trying to say basically. So whenever you, for example, so in this case the gravity scale thing, this is I just want to explain what I'm trying to say. So the gravity scale control here in the census class is fine because I don't plan to no sé, give me one moment. Okay, I'm back. So, sorry about that. Um, yeah, basically, I bought something and it just arrived. So, what I bought with was this. Like, you can see, like, my headphones are really, really, really bad. Like, they are really old. You can see the foam here. Like, this is the actual foam, like, sticking out of the thing. Yeah, it's it's really bad. Uh, Whatever. I don't really care. So I bought like the actual replacement for that. So I will be changing it after the stream. In any case, so yeah, what I was explaining is that yeah, I just wanted to finish my point here. So the set gravity scale here is not bad because this is just going to be something really simple that I don't need a whole system to implement. So the gravity scale thing, I think I'm using it just to I don't know, whenever you I have some kind of like really custom movement for the player. So whenever you're climbing a ledge, the player, it's like moves up. So I'm not using physics there. I'm just tweening the object. So I don't see why I would use physics or velocities or forces or gravity there. It doesn't make any sense. So I just disable the physics on the rigid body and then move the transform. That's what I'm doing. So it's a lot easier. And yeah, so that's one of the places where I'm using this set gravity scale. So since I'm not doing anything fancy with this, hey Hadi, how are you doing? So yeah, I don't really need to create a whole system to manage this. So whatever, I just spend a lot of time trying to explain this little silly thing. But yeah. My birthday is October 7th. Oh, it's really close. Yeah, it's... How many days or weeks? 2 weeks from now. That's really, really close. It's really nice. So yeah, anyways. Then I have this toggle physics call, toggle herd box. So yeah, I think those should be handled by the actual systems themselves. So in any case, there's a couple things that I will be working on in the future when I need to, but right now I think I should like at least move the things from here that are directly from the from things that I just recently refactored. So the sledge grab, for example, and then the ground detector thing. So yeah, now what's the thing here? So basically I was using that boolean, like that is grounded boolean from the senses here actually, and that's because I was doing this like grounded equals detections higher than 0, and then if we are not grounded, then detections is higher than 2. Now, what the hell is this? So this is basically the logic I'm doing for detecting the ground, and it's basically I'm doing this because it's basically raycasts that are being fired downwards into the ground, and I have multiple raycasts so that I can detect like actual like steps, because the ground is not going to be like all flat. It has its like little generations and steps and whatever. So slopes, not slopes. I'm not doing slopes in this game. So yeah, in any case, now I need to understand what the hell I was doing here, because why was I asking? If census is grounded now, is detecting. Okay, so let's go into airborne state. So here I'm checking if I'm grounded or not. Okay. And then where else am I checking if I'm grounded or not? Okay, so okay, let me think about this for a moment, because I'm doing this in multiple places. So, for example, astronaut, grounded. I am doing the same thing here, so I'm repeating a lot of code from many places, which is not great. Okay, and I actually should be checking this in one place. Now, arguably, we could do that in the census class, of course, but that's not the place. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't make sense to have the grounded thing here in the census. Like, it should be kind of like a central point where all of the detectors are linked, but not necessarily do the actual checkings here. I don't know why that doesn't feel right to me, but again, I don't know. I'm not like a software engineer, but yeah, I'm trying to actually make it work. So you can see that this is really dumb, because I'm doing, if I'm grounded, set grounded. If not, also set grounded. So that this doesn't make any sense. I could do just this and it should work. So yeah, it's really dumb. There's a couple things. There's so many things that I need to fix, but let's go one thing at a time, okay? So ground detector. Now, this is the thing I'm trying to understand. So detections is basically how many raycasts are hitting the ground, actually. So yeah, I don't really know why I am doing this. Like, something must have been like getting bugged at some point. So yeah, when I'm, oh yeah, I understand now what's happening. So if I go here, say the astronaut is basically, and well, let me just go here and explain with a drawing. It's going to be much easier. So imagine the terrain is like this, right? And then you have like this and whatever. Well, okay, like this, and you have the astronaut here, okay? And let's draw it like it's a freaking rectangle, okay? That's whatever. So what I'm doing is basically just shooting raycasts, okay, downwards. And whenever those raycasts hit the ground, then we are grounded, okay? So while we are grounded, what's going to happen is if I go here, the only raycast that's hitting the ground is this one, but we are still grounded here, because you can see we're in the ground. But now if this happens, then no raycast is hitting the ground, then we are falling, we're not grounded anymore. But then there's the other thing, which is this, which means that if we are not grounded, meaning we are in the air right now, to be grounded, actually, we need the detections to be 2 or more. Okay, so that means that if we fall like here, this is going to, like, what happens is whenever we land like there and only one raycast is hitting, usually what happens is, since the, like, I set up the collider to be rounded, like it has some kind of like rounded edges, what's gonna happen is that this is going to bounce out of the platform and go back. So basically I cannot set it to grounded here because it's going to do that thing. So I'm setting it to grounded whenever we land here, because that ensures that we're landing properly into the platform. So that's, I think that's what I'm doing there, and I don't know, we're gonna see what the hell's happening, because this may actually not be like necessary, I guess. So you can see here, I'm basically using this boolean only here, and yeah, that's fine. But as you can see here, I'm actually like using another boolean to do this. But let's do this if grounded. Okay, that should work actually. So, well, this is falling. So where the hell am I checking this? Jetpacking senses that is falling. Yeah, so this should be yeah, this should be something that's done in the ground detector too, I think. Yeah, for now let's just move it. Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say RB that use gravity scale is higher than 0. Okay, so that means that gravity scale, if gravity scale is 0, is because the entity is not going to react to gravity, so it can't fall because it's a thing that floats basically. So that would be the case for enemies, I guess, and whatever. But like, I also need to check here if we're grounded or not. So in the jetpacking thing, I think we also need to check if we're grounded or not. So yeah, you can see if it's grounded here, I'm checking it again, and I'm also checking if it's falling. So yeah, I think what I should do is add the reference of this, the ground detection, which is, as you can see, I'm also like adding another thing here that I'm repeating again, but this is something I'm going to be working on later. Okay, so that's fine. It's fine for now. I just need to do this. Okay, play animation manually. Okay, whatever. So I should explain better this. So yeah. Okay, now this is fine. That's great. So now I can just go here and say ground detection dot grounded. Okay. And then I should also check that here. Okay. Something I should be checking twice. So also, oh yeah, no, this is fine. So yeah, I think this is great. Now what else? Here you can see census dot is grounded, and this doesn't make any sense because this should be just one line. This is really dumb. I don't really know why I did it like this, but whatever. So yeah, and also the only thing I should be doing is this. Okay, yeah, so this is the only line I should be doing. Then here, ground detection that grounded. Okay, perfect. And then here, again, this should be the only line I'm doing. And then, also, I don't know if this should be happening in the fixed update. Because like I'm kind of doing some checkings. I guess it should. I guess it should because it's physics that I'm checking against. So yeah, maybe it makes sense. I don't know. In any case, yeah. So okay, that's perfect. Now let's go back here. I'm sure. Yeah, there's a lot of other places where I have errors. So let's go there and try to fix them. Okay, perfect. Now I can just remove those, close those, but not remove them. Ground detector, well, yeah, I actually don't have a reference to the thing here, so yeah, this is something I'm going to refactor later. So, well, actually, well, let me just usher now. Grounded. So here I should call it protected, because then I know that here also in the airborne state. So yeah, I'm opening different scripts that represent states of the astronaut, and I'm doing some checkings and stuff, some logic inside those states. So whenever you're idle, you're checking if you're grounded, and also when you're airborne, which is the script that I have open right now, basically in the airborne state I also need to check if we are grounded or not. So whenever we are falling and then we detect the ground, we're like not grounded anymore, and then we move into another state. Okay, so yeah. Now in the falling state, I'm checking if I'm grounded. So grounded, I need to set this to protected. Okay, perfect. And then here I need to say ground detector detection. Okay, whatever. Dot grounded. Okay. So yeah, this should be called ground detector. And this should also be called detector 2. Okay, here 2. Perfect. Now in the fall, I don't need to add the variable because fall inherits from astronaut airborne. Okay, so that's the good thing about using this kind of system. So now in the fall, I can just check if we are grounded or not directly here. That's perfect. That's great. Ground detector here. Now let me check something. Idle, not that. Let me see where else I have a reference to this class. So jetpacking. Okay, so jetpacking is airborne, so I actually don't need to do this. I basically need to also not do this. And then here I just need to say detector. That's gonna do it because Also jetpacking, this state, which is the state when we're jetpacking, like thrusting and flying with the jetpack, this is also going to be, this is inheriting from airborne, so it has already the reference there, so that's great. Now we can close this. Where else do I have this? Yeah, that's perfect. So now I only have the reference in the airborne state and in the grounded state. So those are not states per se. They are basically like middle states. I don't know how technically they are called, but basically then, like for example, in the grounded state is going to be the parent class or the mother class or whatever of the idle, run, crouch states, which are basically the states that belong to the grounded context. Okay, so yeah, and then the airborne. So yeah, now that's much better. So now climbed. I think I should add this to the climbed, this ledge detection thing. First of all, I need to also check the name here, detector, then move it from here into the climbed thing. Okay, so this again should be moved over here into the climbed class. Okay, perfect. So now we don't have this census.isLedgeGrabbed. And why is that? That's because I have this in the ledge detector. Okay. So yeah, basically. Hey, Shiva! Thank you very much for the raid. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So, yeah, I was in the middle of an explanation, but yeah. Thank you so much for the raid. That's amazing. Okay, so for everyone who's coming from the raid, yeah, I do play some games. Sometimes I do speedrun Shinobi too, but mainly I do game dev in my channel. So yeah, I can show you a little bit of my game. Let me show you some videos. Okay, so yeah, I'm basically working on a game. It's a 2D pixel art game. It's like space themed, and it has like procedural generation. Basically, it's kind of like No Man's Sky, but in 2D. I think that's the best way I can summarize the game. So, but of course, it's not going to be exactly the same. But yeah, it's one of the main references. So this is kind of how it looks, like the actual gameplay. Let me show you a little video. If it opens up at some point, it's kind of loading. So yeah, I'm using a really crappy media player. Well, it's in reality is the best one, but it has some issues. It's the Windows media player. I love it, but sometimes I want to open a video and it loads for like, I don't know how many seconds, and then throws this for some reason. But then I try again and it opens up. Well, it's not opening. Okay, it's not working. So I have the videos here, as you can see, but I'm not able to, for some reason, to open the things. So maybe if I do this, yeah, I guess this works. So this is, well, the start of my game, basically. So this is how you will be able to control the player. It's going to have some exploration elements, some combat, and you can already see that the gameplay, the control is similar to games like, I don't know, maybe Blasphemous. Yeah, it's going to have some mobility elements and some. I don't really have combat right now. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I do have some combat elements already implemented, like this. For example, you have your gun. You can shoot at things. It's maybe some of you will get the reference from a Sega Genesis game. But yeah, you can see, for example, well, this is another thing I did recently, like kind of a mock-up of how it would look. For example, one of the planet generations. So yeah, lots of procedural generation, lots of pixel art, lots of space and planets. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. And yeah, thank you again very much, Shiva, for the raid. So how was your stream? What were you playing? Are you still competing in the, how's it called? Dark Katana Challenge, is it? I'm kind of following the Discord. I like occasionally enter the Discord and read the chat and like the Art of Vengeance channel, and see that you're doing some runs. But yeah, I'm still competing. Was having a break today. Okay, that sounds good. It's always nice to take a little break. Doing some Metal Gear Solid 2. That's great, amazing. It's really good. I think I only played Metal Gear Solid, the first one. But I didn't get to play a lot because it was like I didn't have a PS1 when I was a kid, and it was I was playing in like I was going to a friend's house and he had the PS1, so we played some games there, but didn't get to actually play it properly. But I would like to play it at some point and complete it because it's a really good game. I think I saw you playing Metal Gear Solid 1 at some point in the previous week, like a couple of days ago. I don't know. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, basically I'm right now trying to move stuff around from some scripts and some coding and some refactoring, because I actually started working on this game in 2022, but between 2022 and this year, I was working like occasionally, like kind of like, I don't know, on and off on this project. So yeah, I coded some systems, but they are not great. So I'm kind of, this year I started working more consistently and seriously on the project. So right now I'm refactoring a lot of things and reworking on the systems. So yeah, we're still doing it. I started on March and we're still there. So yeah, there's not a lot there. You can see, like, if you saw the videos I showed recently, not recently, like just now. Yeah, you can see it's pretty early in development, but yeah, we're getting there slowly. So this system actually needs to know about the ground detection. So ground detector. So yeah, the ledge detector, which is the thing that lets you detect the ledge, like the ledges, and grab onto the ledges and climb them, needs to know if you're grounded or not. Because if you're grounded, you're not going to be doing the ledge grab. Like I can do in the future, maybe, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to be doing it, but we could do some mantle mechanic where, you know, like in really small like steps, you could do some mantling mobility thing. But for now, I'm just doing this. So what I'm going to do is say ground detector dot grounded. Okay, so now we're moving the information around to the places where they should really be. So that's great. Okay, so what else do we have? So climb, that's perfect. Let's grab. Okay. So this doesn't make any sense, I think, because whenever we have this as true, then we can say that we are let's grab. So let's grabbed is going to be let's grabbed equals this, and there we go. Okay, so also so yeah, I think we need to remove this from here, and I might be breaking some stuff, but that's fine. Yeah, I can see that I'm basically doing like setting this boolean like to true and false there for some reason. Doesn't make any sense. It's just for, well, a lot of things I do just for to have some visual thing in the inspector for me to debug. So for example, you can see here facing left, facing right. That's useful for me to debug and see what's happening in the code side without me having to add some console logs here and there. So that's really useful. But yeah, in any case, right now I don't need that boolean called isLedgeGrab because the ledge detector is going to have that right now, and that's much better, much cleaner. So where do I have to? Oh, let's climb. Let's climb. So yeah, you can see here I'm setting to true and false. I'm not actually like checking that boolean at all. I'm just setting it to true and false. So yeah. Okay. I think this is much cleaner now. So yeah. Let's go here and let's see what references I need to add to the different scripts and fields. So yeah, it takes a little bit to compile. Okay, perfect. So I can go into the prefab and apply the changes there. So here under senses, now I don't have the is grounded or is ledge ground, which is relevant to the astronaut, but not to all of the other entities that, for example, don't even use the ledge grab functionality. So they don't need to have those. So we are getting the senses class more and more modular and more cleaner, so that every entity can use this same class and this same component, and actually make use of everything that's here. Okay, so that's great actually. So now I think I need to go into the ledge detector, and the ledge detector, as you can see now, it needs the reference to the ground detector. Okay, that's perfect. So now if there's any entity that needs to use the ledge detector that has that mobility option, so for example an enemy that can pursue you and it can run and jump and ledge grab to climb and stuff, so that enemy will need this component, this ledge detector component, and we know that that enemy is going to be navigating on the ground. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's amazing. Okay, so what else? Where else? I think that's actually everything I need. So let's go here, and I don't know, something can be broken right now, so I'm just going to hit play here and see what happens. that's basically what I say whenever I hit play on this game. Whenever I have to test it, it's like, well, I will hit play and see what happens. That's basically my story every time. So yeah, you can see that whenever I jump, if I turn on the gizmos, well, you can really see the middle ground, terrain. Yeah, if I click this, yeah, you can, I don't know if you can really see this, like this line is more noticeable, but here on this part is kind of like not really easy to see because of the color contrast. But when I jump, you can see that whenever I jump, it's not happening now, but sometimes the collider, like, how can I show you this? So you can see the collider of the astronaut like has those rounded edges, and I did that because like there are cases where there's like two colliders like this. Well, I'm going to draw this because it's going to be much better than me making the explanation with my hands. So imagine there's like two platforms, okay, like this. So the thing is, there could be the case that there's two platforms that are like this, and sometimes the physics system of Unity, which is, I believe, is Box 2D. Whenever there's another collider, okay, like this, that goes, for example, this is the player, so you're in the ground, okay, and you're going like this. If like there are instances where this collider will detect this part here, okay, this part here, as a new collider, and will do like the calculations and whatever thing it does. So it will make you stop here, or like lose momentum or velocity or whatever, and then you go diagonally. Yeah, so there's a number of things that go wrong whenever this happens. So that's why I like Unity has this little thing that makes like the radius of your hitbox, not hitbox, collider, you can modify it. So for example, I can go here and you can see here edge radius. I can make it like, well, it's actually making the astronaut go like, because you can see the collider is bigger. So the thing is, this is something that helps prevent that weird behavior of the colliders and the physics bodies. So that's why I have this. And what this does is that sometimes whenever you hit the how's the name, like the corner of the platform, it will bounce back. And also sometimes that can happen. It's a little bug, and I like, for that to be actually like improved, I need to improve the ray casts that I'm like casting downwards. So you can see here I have 5, and this is a system I made. So for example, I can go here, this is my custom system for shooting raycasts and detecting the ground. I can increase the number of raycasts here, and it doesn't matter like the direction or whatever. I can make them go like diagonal, for example, or I can make them go like horizontal, like that, for example. So yeah, that works, and I can make them go even further or whatever. So like this is basically increasing the amount of samples I'm doing. So yeah. Hey Flame, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you. Welcome. Hey there, I came in with a Shiva raid. Hope the game making is going well. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It is going well. It's a bit slow because I don't get to work on this like the amount of time that I would like, which I don't know, if I could work on this full time every week, that would be amazing. But for now, I'm just working and streaming 3 to 4 times a week, and I stream for about 2 hours. So yeah, but other than that, it's going great. I'm making progress, so it's amazing. So yeah, basically this is doing some logic and checking to see, okay, so how many rays are hitting the ground, and like all other kinds of things to make the astronaut go grounded. So that's why sometimes when I land here, for example, with only one raycast, there are instances where you can see there, I don't know if that's noticeable, but you can see there's just one raycast hitting the thing, and it's not enough to make the astronaut grounded. So whenever there's 2 raycasts hitting the ground, so now there's one, which is that one that you can see it's yellow, and then now there's 2, so now it's grounded. That's something those are some values that I arbitrarily set because that's what worked the best. But yeah, the sphere, seeing stuff like this reminds me of a path I had took, and I would have loved to have continued had I not burned out from it. Oh yeah, you definitely burn out from this. Like, it's not like a possibility, it's like something that happens and you cannot control it. It's really easy to get burnout from game dev projects. Well, dev projects in general. Well, projects in general. Yes, it's really easy to burn out. So yeah. Anyway, I gotta raid and run. Sadly, gotta head to bed. Take care for now. Okay. So have a good rest and see you in the next one. Thank you very much for the follow and for sticking, for chatting. So yeah, basically I'm trying to improve all of this and to make everything kind of its own component and thing so that I can use them in a modular way in multiple places and entities and whatever that needs this. So yeah, what I can see is that basically everything is working kind of the same. So, well, in reality, everything should work exactly the same because I didn't like add or remove anything. I just moved stuff around. That's all I did. So yeah, basically the grounded state should be working exactly as it did before. And the let's grab, yeah, I can see it's already working perfectly. So yeah, okay, that's perfect. Now the jetpack, okay, jetpack. Oh, I can see now one issue with this. Okay. So you can see whenever, like when I'm holding the jump button, we are going into the jetpack state, and if I'm holding, we are going upwards. But when I release it, you can see that it's basically like falling. But it doesn't go into the fall state, which should be happening. So let's see what's wrong with that. So let's grab, let's climb. Yeah, all of this is actually perfect, so I don't need to do anything about that. Let's go into the jetpacking state. And I need to see what the hell's happening here. Okay, my GPU fan is like going crazy. It's like the whole tower is going to take off right now. I don't think you can hear that fan though, but yeah, it's kind of going nuts. Maybe the actual temperature is really high. I don't know. Where can I see it? 59 degrees Celsius. It's not bad, actually. I don't know. In any case. So let's see what's happening with the jetpack state. Why are we not going into this state? So this might be because of this, maybe. Gravity scale. So let's see here. Astronaut. Gravity scale is 1. Okay, and velocity.y is less than 0. So this is basically what I'm checking to basically confirm that this entity is falling. So gravity scale is higher than 0, because if the gravity, like I said before, if gravity scale is 0, it means that this entity is not going to react to gravity and it's not falling, it's not going to fall. But if the gravity scale is anywhere higher than 0, and also velocity.y is less than 0, so it means that we are going downwards, that means that we are falling. So that should be one thing. But then ground detector.grounded, oh yeah, this is the other way around. I think that was the whole issue, actually. Yeah. Okay, I think that should have fixed it. So let's check that now. Okay, let's hit play. And now, whenever if I'm holding the jetpack button, like the jump button actually, we should go upwards, but whenever I release, okay, that's perfect. Okay, yeah. So whenever I release and we start falling, you can see the fall animation there. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. Perfect. So now this is much cleaner now. So you can see here under senses, like we can take a look again, and you can see that this is much cleaner than it was before. Before it was like really tall inspector, so it had a lot of booleans and boxes and references and things. So it's not that that's a bad thing, but it was a bad thing for this, because this system shouldn't be that big, like the script itself. So right now this is better, and I think I should also do something about this, where I should create the interaction handler. So but I think I should like leave that for later, and yeah, actually start working on something else, or at least, I don't know, I will take a look to this at this and see if there's anything else that I should move to other places. Where I have this hurt handler, this is fine, because before I had all of the hurt box and hitbox and whatever, those things were inside this senses class, but now I have the hurt handler. And also, you know what, I have this, which is called toggle hurt box, and this should not be here. Actually, I should be calling this directly from the hurt handler, because here I'm kind of doing some kind of shortcut, but that shouldn't be the case, because I'm adding more stuff here in the senses class, and I don't really like that. So here in the entity thing, this is another class. What I should do is hurt handler, and yeah, so this is the complete line now. Okay, well, actually, you know what, I should move this one into the hurt handler, and yeah, that's perfect. Here I should add this and do this. Yeah, that's much cleaner now. So here, now I have this here, and that's perfect. Okay, that's another little cleanup we did. That's amazing. What else? Gravity scale, that's fine. Physics collider, that's fine because that's something like inherent from to the entity itself. Isometric angle, that's should be improved later. Set impulse, set force. So those are basically the methods I'm using to actually set the velocity to the character. So whenever you're running or walking or jumping, I'm using this to set the velocity or to stop the velocity here. So yeah, that's great. That this is fine here. I could create another class called, I don't know, velocity handler, or, but for now this is completely fine. Then all of those things, like it's falling, is moving X, is moving Y. I think this is great to have here in the senses class because it's a good way to check. It's a good and short way to check this, and it's clean because it makes sense for this to be here. Okay, that's perfect. The interactable, like I mentioned before, the interactable thing should be in another class called interaction handler or something like that. For now, I think this is fine here. I will leave it here for now. So I think with that we have made a lot of cleanup on this senses class, which is great. Right now, I think we can just go here and remove this. Okay. Then I think I should go here and create another task. Well, I have a couple tasks here in the backlog. Check Starfield scene to see what's broken there. Clean up star planet properties classes where possible. I think this is already done. Transition to planetary system scene. I'm not sure what this is, like what this means, but I will remove it for now. Well, not, I would just keep it there just to keep that in mind, but let's see. So fixed probability curves for constellation star count and also for star planet count. Oh yeah, I know why this is yeah, I know what this is. It's something I'm going to be checking later. Explore references for improving planetary system scene. Yeah, that's something for actually the planetary system scene, which is not going to be here in the backlog. I'm going to move it here into the planetary system list. Then the probability curves for constellation, blah, blah, blah. That's fine there. Now here, what I wanted to do is, yeah, so I have, this should be moved here too. And then this should also be moved here too. The idea is that I only have one thing in the current list, so that it's a lot cleaner. Now, I need to add another thing here, interaction handler. Manage current interactable EDC. Okay, so that's going to be something for the interaction handler. That's perfect. Okay, great. Okay, so that's perfect. Now, so what's next now is actually this, which is the behavior state system, which is something that we basically started working on previously, like in the previous stream. Actually, we started like, I didn't actually do any work on this, on it, but I basically was explaining a lot of things and explaining what the behavior system is. So what I think I should do is actually start like making a diagram of like how the entity system like should be structured. So I think I could do this in Figma. What's this? Okay, so I think this should be in its own, like, is it like that? No, Control Alt G, okay. Okay, perfect. I have interactables there. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I have, this is my Figma file for Voyager things, and I have this page called systems. And I'm kind of using this to describe things. So this is the thing I use to describe the interaction area. I'm thinking that I need, and I could use another, okay, not this. I could use another thing, like another document. How many flowcharts do I have like available for me? So where create, so big jam. So where can I see like my actual things that I have? Because like I'm in the free plan, and I have like limited amounts of documents I can create of each type of document. So for the signed documents, I already have the quota. So there's 3 of those, but then for the other ones, I don't really know, because I don't remember where I was. Where 3 files to try out. So I guess, okay, I guess I get 3 files of each type of document. Yeah, I guess that's, if I open up this, okay, sorry for the flashbang. Flowcharts, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't say anything anywhere. I have no idea, actually. Yeah, I have this, which is to describe the core gameplay loop, but like, I'm trying to think, maybe I use a FigJam file for making the diagram of the entity behavior state system. I don't know. It could be useful. Actually, I want to change the background color of this because it's really hurting my eyes. And I'm sorry, because I'm sure it's also hurting your eyes. So I'm going to move this here, and I'm going to try to plugins actions. Yeah, I don't really know if there's a way for me to change preferences. Nope. I don't know. File, view. Is it view? No. Object. Yeah, you can't really color profile. Is it? No, that's not. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I don't really want to be hurting your eyes with this. Yeah, I actually don't really know where I can just change the background color. Everything is so white. It's really bad. I don't know. I guess I can do it another time. So in any case, Now I'm also thinking that like this, like those the sign files are kind of like infinite. You can see like how much I can zoom out. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't really know. I think like the light has been really dark for me. I don't know, maybe it was fine, but yeah, I don't know. It's really fast to create diagrams in FigJam, but I don't know. Flowcharts. Yeah, maybe I should like actually do the thing here in the same document. Actually, let me just Google if I can. Yeah. Custom FigJam background. Please tell me I can do this. Oh, is this a plugin? Oh man. Is it possible to change FigJam background color? Note, OP is asking about what? Yes, deselect all frames and change the color in the right hand panel. There's also a thin color change in settings. Huh. Yeah. Free FigJam dark mode. Okay, open in Figma. Okay, it asks for my account. I guess I can just go into Figma and search for that there. Can I go into here, into plugins? FigJam dark mode? Is it the name? Sorry, I'm killing my eyes here, but was it this one? Run. Okay, yeah, let's go. Okay, that's much better. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm going to actually create another page called oh man. Really? Well, I guess I can just use this same document. It should be big enough. So what I should do is say systems or whatever, page 1 or whatever thing, and then just put everything here inside that. Now how do I do that actually? I think I need to, well, first of all I need to change the color of this. Is this one color gray? Okay, that's better. And then I guess grab all of this and put it inside of this. No? I did this like a long time ago and I kind of forgot how to do it. I don't remember how to put this inside of Control Alt. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. Can I do this, for example, and then create wrap in new section? Okay, that's what I wanted. Oh my god, it was that easy. But I'm not that fast sometimes, I guess. Okay, now the thing is, the color of this is not changing that much. Okay, that's what I wanted. Yeah, some dark gray there, that's much better. And the text itself should be white or gray or whatever. Okay, that's a lot better now. So I have this core gameplay loop, and now I can have another set of things for diagrams. So that's that's good, actually. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I guess that's something that I will be working on in the next stream, okay? It's been an hour and a half. It's not a lot, but yeah, that's the amount of time that I can give today, okay? So yeah, I hope in the next stream I get to start like diagramming, is that a word? Start doing the diagram for the entity behavior state system. I'm actually going to do this, okay? Yeah, that's fine, I guess. And then from here, I will create I will set a text here. Let's say entity behavior system. Okay. So now, oh, what? Is this not what? Huh. So if I move this, yeah, this is actually in the same section thing. So why is this not? Oh man, that's so dumb. Maybe it's because I'm creating a square and not a section. Yeah, that's what's happening actually. Okay, whatever. So entity behavior system. What? I can't. Okay. And I can't really seem to. I don't understand how this works, man. Can move this around. Now this is kind of locked. Why is? What the hell, man? This is so weird. I have no idea what's happening with this right now. Okay. And if I go here and set it to white, what the hell? Why are colors like doing this weird thing? Oh, you know what? This might be the dark thing thing. Maybe it's doing some weird things in the. I don't know. Is this section? Yeah, those are sections. If I set it to white like this, I don't know. It's really weird. Really weird. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this entity behavior system. This is going to be white or gray or whatever, like that. And then I'm going to where's the thing for the section? Well, if I do this, does it work? Yeah, it does work, but the colors are all off. I don't really understand what's happening. It must be the... What the hell? Oh man. You know what this is doing? Like whenever you hit when you click the dark mode thing. Oh. Okay. Yeah, now I understand what's happening. This is basically like a really big thing that is basically setting the color of the whole background, and that's doing weird things with the section thing. So I don't know. Yeah, it's getting like really complicated for no reason. How can I disable the thing? That's the thing. I can't really disable this. Can I delete this? Yeah, delete. I can't delete. Delete. What the hell, man? So yeah, this plugin is basically just creating a really big thing in the background. It's like a really big section that covers the entire like canvas. Yeah, I guess. Okay, whatever. Let's see what happens now if I do this. What's this? No, don't want that. I just want this to have the proper color, man. That's all I want. That's all I want. I can't seem to do that for some reason. This doesn't have any alpha at all. Okay, in any case, that's really dumb. I guess I should be using this a different way, but whatever. I don't want to spend more time on this right now, so in any case, I'm just going to keep trying to make this work in the future. For now, well, let's see what happens with the squares. If I do that, yeah, this works perfectly, but the thing is, I can't really add something inside this and make it like, yeah, it's this is just a square, like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a way for me to, for example, add text here and make this text be part of the same thing. So if I move this, it's not moving with the text. So I don't know. No idea. What's this? Start a mind map. Nope. Actually, don't know. What if I do this and make this a section, for example? Well, now this works, I guess. But if I move this, okay, now it works. Okay, whatever. Let's just move this here and just call this entity behavior. I don't know how much time that took me, but it's not great. Please don't laugh at me. This should be that color. Not working. That one. That doesn't work. No. Yeah, this one. Okay, perfect. Now they should be white. And that works for now. Okay. Anyways. In the next stream, I'm going to be working on this, okay? Which is, first of all, I need to create a diagram, okay, of how everything works. So, for example, I would do like this, not that, for example, I don't know, this, and say state machine, okay? And this is really tiny, but I will make it like bigger, like this, I guess. Now the color should be, I don't know, orange, whatever, it doesn't matter. And the text should be large. Is this large, actually? Yeah, maybe this is extra large. Perfect. Okay, and now from here we can say, okay, so now we connect this to whatever other thing, and then start doing the actual diagram to explain, to describe how everything should be structured. And this is, I think this should help me. This should actually help me understand how things should be like related and connected. So yeah, I'm gonna try to think about that. And so yeah, that's gonna be something we work on in the next stream, okay? Like I said. So that's gonna be the stream for today. Again, thank you very, very much for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, consider giving a follow. And if you're watching from YouTube, whether it's live right now or if you're watching the VOD, the video, consider subscribing. And for anyone who's not familiar with the YouTube channel, you can go into my YouTube channel now and subscribe. Okay. And that's because I archive every stream there. Okay, so every stream that I do is going to be archived forever there, and you can go and watch all of the streams that I did since I started. Okay, that's really good. That's kind of one of the goals of this whole project, so that I have the registry of like all of the documentation of how I developed the game. So yeah. So yeah, consider going to the YouTube channel and subscribing. And also, as always, don't forget to join the Discord if you want to gain notifications when I go live. That's the best place where you can get notified. So yeah, consider joining the Discord. And also, if you want to share anything, like if you're working on a game, if you do art, if you are playing games, whatever thing you want to share in the Discord, you can do it. You're more than welcome. And you can also ask for feedback from me or from any other people in the community. So yeah, consider doing that too. And yeah, that's gonna be the stream for today. Okay, thank you very much. And yeah, my brain is not there today, man. Yeah, I'm really tired today, but yeah, I did my best. So that's gonna be it for today. Okay, thank you very much again. Thank you again. Thank you Shiva for the raid. That was really nice. And thank you Flame for the follow again. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Okay, thank you all. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.